Yeah, we're gonna need to talk about Amber Isle because I have mixed feelings about it, and let's just say the bad is more than the good. As much as it has potential, after 5 hours, its flaws got in the way, so I decided to give up on it, and I'm gonna tell you exactly why. So in this Before You Buy, you're gonna know exactly if Amber Isle is gonna be the game for you. So let's start with the story. You're a dinosaur that is supposed to go on a paleo venture. This means you are trying to go and find your calling. You get your passport ready, you hop on an air balloon, and off it goes crashing into a shop, breaking its roof, putting you in a 50,000 debt for it, and you find yourself having to fix it and quickly trying to impress the mayor, and with some convincing from the mayor's daughter, you find that now you just have to pay 20,000 ambers, which is the in-game currency, and she also wants you to become a part of the town and move into the town pretty much. When you start the game, you customize your dinosaur with so many options to choose from, and I really love how in-depth this part is. You can choose the color of your dinosaur, their shape, and even go as in-depth as what your primary, secondary, and tertiary colors are gonna be. You also have some clothing and accessory options as well. The graphics are very cute with a town that is compact and colorful. The Paleofolk are varied, and it's interesting meeting new ones and seeing how different they all look. You can zoom the camera in and out and rotate when inside the shop, but you can't rotate outside, which was a problem with me because that would cause the camera to suddenly zoom in whenever you're next to a wall, for example, and the clip-in is so annoying to see and immersion breaking. You have a mini-map to guide you, something that I always appreciate when cozy games include. You also have a bigger map, which is initially covered in clouds, and it will clear up when you discover new areas, which you can unlock. When traversing, you can sprint, and that doesn't consume any stamina, and the game overall doesn't use a stamina system like your typical games. It's more so what Littlewood does if you've played that. The more things and activities that you're gonna do during the day, the more you're gonna see the day progress and move from morning till night. Sound effects get the job done, and there is no voice acting here, only dialogue to read, and Paleofolk mumbling kind of like the Animal Crossing villagers, which I don't mind whatsoever. You get your shop, which you can name and you can run during the day. To do so, you craft items and then you stock up the counters. There are small bonuses that really help, so for example, if you display items next to the window, they will be sold for more money because they appeal to more Paleofolk. So let's dive a bit deeper into the shopkeeping here. You can decorate the shop using items that you can also use to sell. You can set the item prices, and the main goal here is learning how to haggle. So when you open the shop, customers will come in. Some will dirty the floor and the counters, so you have to clean it up and make sure that the cleanliness meter stays high. That also gives you some bonus amber, the in-game currency. When a customer chooses an item, they come to the counter and they have a timer above their head. You don't want to take too long to serve them, otherwise they will leave, and sometimes they will ask you what the price of an item is and try to negotiate with you. So you're gonna shoot a number, and then they will say a counter offer, which is a lower number, and you either accept that or you still try to haggle your way into a bit more money. You're gonna need to balance profit by increasing prices, but also maintaining friendships that gives you extra bonuses like extra tips or extra pocket size by lowering the prices. Others might come in and place a custom order and give you a deadline for it. You can either accept or decline that, and then when the deadline is over, the customers will come to you and they will want their items. You also have other customers that will come in and say like, hey, can you recommend me an item that has X, Y, or Z traits? So you need to choose the right item from your stock. By the way, one thing to know is that when you're placing items inside your shop, if you're using controller and you're using your stick on the controller, the movement is extremely fast. So I was using the D-pad to counteract that. Also, speaking of the X, Y, and Z traits, items that you craft are gonna have traits, and you unlock recipes by gathering inspiration points. These points are gathered by running your shop and doing some activities like fulfilling goals. For example, if you craft X amount of stylish items, you're gonna gain some of these inspiration points. Then you have this menu of different types of things to unlock. The tree is massive with so much variety, which is very fun to see, and you don't know how an item is gonna look like before you unlock it, which keeps a bit of a mystery. If a customer wants something that's wood, for instance, instance, you give them something that is made out of wood. So perhaps you can give them a basket. Or if they want something that has a plant in it, then you can give them a salad. They might also want something of a specific size. Others might come in to sell you items, so you try to haggle your way into buying at a lower price and then selling at a higher price. And you have to keep in mind that you can't craft things when the shop is open. And also, at least from what I've experienced, the game doesn't tell you if an object has this kind of trait or if it's this size. So it's like you have to just memorize things. And I don't know about you, but my memory is as bad as Dory's memory from Finding Nemo. So I rarely recommended the right thing. And in terms of how the opening hours are going to be, the game will open the shop in increments, and every time the day progresses, it's going to ask you if you want to keep working or take a break. When you wrap up your day, you get a result sheet showing you how much amber you've made, how many tips you gained, and the inspiration that you got. On breaks, you can go and gather resources. And I love that the tools are not part of your inventory and they're very easily tucked away, and you just switch between them very seamlessly. A lot of you love decorating. This game definitely offers that, but I had so many problems with it. So basically in the town, you can help pay to develop the town's amenities. You might use amber or different resources, and these are necessary to attract new Paleofolk that want to move in. The goal is to raise the ranking of the town to inspire others to move in, and when someone is interested, you're gonna build them their house. Decorating the town could be fun, and you know, the more that you progress, the more items you're gonna unlock, but the grid system, I don't know if you can toggle it off, but the way that it is right now, it was very annoying. Plus that top-down look into the shop and the town, it was just giving me a headache. Apart from that, you're gonna meet different Paleofolk. You can invite them to hang out with you, and as you gather new resources and unlock new areas, your friendship with them is gonna increase, and they're gonna give you new skills and abilities. So for example, one of them is gonna give you increased pocket size. Their menu tab is actually very cute. The Paleofolk are gonna have their likes and their dislikes and even birthdays. They're called Hatch Day, which I found very cute. Some are gonna have quests for you that you can track in the quests menu, and I really like that the game is gonna show you where the quests are, making navigation a lot easier. Again, considering that the camera is really annoying and it can clip in, and it's sometimes very hard because you cannot rotate it outside in the town and in the different areas that you're gonna visit. The lines that the minimap are gonna show you that take you to your destination are a godsend. But we talked a lot about the more good stuff in the game. What are my problems with it? Before we get into that, hello you gorgeous human being, it's Miss Bubbles. If you're finding this video helpful, squish the like and subscribe buttons so you never miss out on the latest cozy game reviews. So why did I give up? It's because of a few reasons. First, the gameplay in the beginning is very slow paced. There's so much dialogue as well at times, which was very annoying. And the first quest is to gather 20,000 amber. So you're gonna keep going to the same area, get resources, go open the shop and haggle. The customers keep saying the same thing, and I really wish the dialogue was not part of it. Just let me haggle and carry on, no need to throw tantrums in my face. Also, the camera and the inconsistency made the game unplayable for me. When gathering resources, it would constantly clip in, as I mentioned, and it was really annoying. The camera problems were also so severe to the extent that till now, despite also a patch that the devs have sent out, I am stuck in the part where I need to invite my first Paleofolk to move in. As you can see, I just see clouds, and even when I finally get to the land where I can place the house, it's not working. I contacted the devs, they're very sweet and very kind. They're trying to put out patches to fix the game, but for me, I'm just first impressions, as Min from Nintendo Gaming has mentioned, first impressions are so important. And as creators, we play so many games, we reach a point where we pretty much know if a game is gonna be fun or not within 2 hours. So I still pushed for 5 hours, and when I found this game-breaking bug, I was just like, you know what, I'm done, I give up. And it's not only this one, there are many times where the game itself just wouldn't cooperate with me, and there were a lot of bugs to deal with. So for example, when I placed decorations inside my shop, the Paleofolk AI is just so dumb. They would just be stuck there, and I had to leave whoever's at the cashier, run to get these Paleofolk to be moving again. Plus the amount of dirt that they leave behind, I'm just like, how can you be so messy? What is the problem here? I just kept running back and forth between the cashier, trying to move them out of the way and the decorations in their face, then trying to clean up after themselves and like doing the counters, then rush back again. I get a challenge. I really love a challenge, but I feel like this game was more so forcing the challenges rather than making them fun, like let's say a game like Dave the Diver. So let's jump into, is Amber Isle gonna be the game for you? We're gonna go with this game is for you if, not for you if, and my verdict. Amber Isle is the game for you if you've been eager to have a dinosaur shopkeeping game and decorating as well. It's for you if you love a game about resource management with a mix of quirky paleofolk to get to know, even though they can be really annoying. And it's for you if you are okay with repetitive core gameplay mechanics with a story campaign of 25 to 30 hours long. That is if you actually manage to finish any of these quests because they're not bugging out. But it's not for you if you cannot tolerate bugs, especially game-breaking ones, and you can't be bothered waiting for patches to fix them. It's not for you if you get frustrated with repetitive dialogue and AI that can be dumb, even stumbling across the core that you have. It's also not for you if camera placement can be game-breaking for you, as the camera is just inconsistent and it's a pain to deal with here. As for me, I'm so disappointed in this game. I have been waiting for this game for 2 years, ever since it was first announced, and then the developers were quiet for some time. To see this game at the state that it is, it's just such a shame. I was expecting a lot more and a lot more fun with this game. I feel like this year, in terms of cozy games, the majority have been disappointing. There are a lot of good games that came out, but the majority of the games are just incomplete, or they get boring, or they're repetitive, or I don't know, it just feels like we've been waiting for them for so long, like for example Chef RPG, and then they're just not delivering what was promised. I do think that the devs are working hard and they are putting patches out as fast as they can, so they're definitely going to be taking on your feedback if you have anything to say to them. But for me, I just want a full complete game that I can enjoy from the get-go. I don't know why we have to just keep waiting and waiting, even though we've already waited for a game and then it comes out and it's just buggy and it has problems. So I really wish the devs all the best. I know that they're again doing their best, and yeah, with that said, I want to know, are you going to buy this game after this video, or have you bought it already and you're actually enjoying it? If you are, let me know. If you're not enjoying it, let me know as well. Let's talk in the comment section. And if you want a video about cozy games that are actually really fun that you can play right now, check out this video next. Until next time, stay bubbly. And thank you so much to my bubbly patrons and YouTube members who make videos like this possible. And a shout out goes to The Game Dimension, Jake Logan, and Stephanie.